Are you a nigger, Amari?
No.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Are you a nigger?
No, sir.
I'm from a place where it's 98% white. I told you about the story when I was wrestling at Halls, and I was wrestling against one of their guys that was ranked in the state, and a kid yelled, "Stupid nigger" in the crowd. And my dad, Pop, whistled. He did his crazy whistle, and I looked, and he was pointing to his head. And I wanted to kill that dude on the mat. But the only thing I could do was embarrassing. So instead of fighting them and doing what they wanted me to do, I destroyed that kid. And after the match, nobody said anything. And my dad walked right beside me out of that gym. And when we got home, he looked at me and he said, "Son," he said, "you ain't no nigger." He said, "Nigger is an adjective. It's an action to what people are." And he said, the way they acted tonight, they were niggers. This a hard conversation because you're 13. And yesterday you got to experience that in the game. So tell me what happened.
So at my football game yesterday, I made a tackle on a kid. He got back up and called me, like, you know what I'm saying?
The N-word, okay.
Yeah. And then like 2 quarters later, he hit me after the whistle, and I slammed him because I was mad and punched him.
And what happened because of that?
Like, what do you mean?
What happened? What did they do to you because you reacted?
They ejected me out of the game.
You got ejected out of the game. And I was talking to your mom, and she said, "I'm proud of you." She said, "Man, I'm proud of him for standing up. It was wrong." And she's right. It was wrong. The first thing I told you when you called me on the bus,
You asked me, am I the N-word?
and I ask you it again. And with all the noise in the background, that's all everybody was talking about. They would say this, they said this, and I told you, I said, it's for you to shut it down. And you told me, when I asked you, I said, "Are you a nigger?" What'd you say?
No, sir.
And I told you, I'm gonna ride with you, son. Good, bad, or ugly. We make mistakes and we do things. And I kind of told you about some stuff that happened to me in my past. But I told you, because you reacted, that fighting for the rest of your life. And I got emotional. And it's even hard for me to say it right now because I'm frustrated. Because I'll be 40. Same things. Instead of the refs, instead of the coaches, instead of people saying and stopping it, making it an educational moment. It wasn't. It was people betting against each other. It was your mom and the people in the fake crowd saying it was right because they called you that, right? It was your friend who fought with you. And I commend them for fighting with you. Y'all got ejected. Mom sent me a video or a picture of y'all two on the sideline, embraced, watching the game. Did the kid that did that?
No.
Did anyone else that was out there acting like that and doing crazy things, the kid that bit the other player, did they get ejected?
No.
And the first thing your mom did, she said, "Jared, don't yell at him." And I wasn't mad at you because I still act off of emotions. I still get frustrated when people tell me who I am and what I can do. And I'm still growing in that. But I told you, I said, "Son, I'm gonna ride with you. I'm ride or die. Good, bad, or ugly. I'm with you." But I said, if you start fighting now because of what they say, then you'll fight the rest of your life. That's what I meant. And what I say next. Do you remember?
No,
I
I
said,
don't.
this time I got you. But I said,
Yeah,
next time
I'm
you
gonna get in
fight,
trouble.
I'm going to take care of you. Because Amari, you don't realize, man, how talented, how special, how gifted you are. And because of what one person said, because of what one person said, caused you to act out of character. And because you act out of emotions, you got in trouble. Man, emotions are valid. They're valid. You should have been angry. You should have been hurt. You should have had all those feelings. You should have wanted to fight. It's not always true. And you can't let emotions be your driver. When I called you and I was upset, I thought about Halls. I thought about the head coach that was at my high school that called me there and told me I'd end up dead or in jail. And I felt everything. I felt everything. And then I realized they don't control us. They don't control us. So I'm gonna ask you again, are you a nigger?
No, sir.
And one thing, I love your mom. I do. But I told you, your mom will never be black. And that's okay. You have to embrace your whiteness and your blackness. You have to embrace everything you are, right? But they'll never understand what it's like because you, as a 13-year-old kid, had to try to humble yourself in that moment and control your emotions and process those as an adult, but you couldn't. So because of that, they punished you. You acted that way, so you are that. When everyone acts out of emotions, that's why I said I'm gonna ride with you. I've been in trouble. I failed. I've messed up. I've done wrong. I fall short every day. And I told you I had you. And I said, this was a learning experience. But I said, the next time I'm going to deal with you because you have come through so much. And when I say so much, Amari lives almost about 6.5 hours away from me. And I don't get to see him a lot. We plan trips, we do things, but the one thing that God has really allowed us to do is talk every day. And we FaceTime, but we talk about everything, right? And the thing that hit me the most after we hung up was that when he got on that bus, he called me. So thank you. I said, and I was hurt because I thought everything I'm doing for you, because the situations and the problems that I created, so we're not together, I thought I was going to help you avoid those things, but I can't. All I can do is try to equip you to be the man that you're going to become, right? And I tell you that all the time, whether it be everything, because I'm so thankful that we talk about everything, bro. When I say everything, dude, you know, you get uncomfortable. We talk about sex, we talk about drugs. There's not a conversation that doesn't go by. You know, I tell you, at every decision you make, every decision, you have everything to lose. You know that. As much as I can't see you, I am so thankful that I can talk to you because I realized growing up that I could only tell my parents the good things, right? And what did I tell you? When you can only tell your parents the good things, what does that teach you to do?
Lie.
Lie. It teaches you to lie. So I want you to be open to tell me these things. So I told you you're a leader, and as a leader, the best leader is follows the right person or people, and also a leader shuts things down when it's wrong. And I told you when I was talking to you, everybody was talking, all that stuff. I said you have to shut it down because they're going off of your emotions. The first thing you said is I should have snuck them. I should have done that. And I thought, man, boy, should have. I would have done it. I would. Hey, by the time I told you how many times I've been in fights. I told you I fought first, then talk later. But I realized that was wrong. You know what I mean? And I'm just thankful that you got out of that place safe. I'm thankful that you were able to call me, that we were able to talk through it and you not get mad and hang up on me because I kept it real. And that's hard. At 13, you have to walk around your city and your area. And people don't like the word nigger. People don't like that word. Like it. It used to be endearing. Years ago, it was a word of endearment. People use it to describe people. A nigger's not black. A nigger's an action. And that's how they acted. So shame on the parents. That kid is 8th grade. He's old enough to know, but he's a product of his environment. So next time when you play him, I want you to go straight to him and talk to him and tell him you forgive him, because that's going to be the hardest thing to do. So if I was there, I wouldn't have caused no fight, but I definitely would have walked on that field. I definitely would have talked to them coaches. I respect your coach for standing up for you. And I'm not saying your mom is wrong. She's not. She's proud of you that you stood up for yourself. But standing up for yourself doesn't mean you got to fight. Standing up for yourself doesn't mean you have to physically come to blows. And that's what I always thought, right? So now, just like me being on the wrestling mat, on football, when I'm in Cobb County and it happens, I take a pick 6 to the house. And I look at him and walk off. Or when Coach K looked me in my face and called me a nigger, said, you'll end up dead or in jail. When I went back home, I shook his hand and I thanked him. Because he don't know me. He don't know me. He only knows the highlights of me. He only knew me for what he thought I was. He knew that I could play football. He knew I could wrestle. He knew I could run track. He didn't care to know anything else about me. And because of that, I forgive him. That kid don't know you. That kid don't know you. That kid's parents don't know you. Nobody in those stands know you, right? I know you. I know you're a great kid. I know you have struggles. I know you're going to be a great man. I know you're going to change this world. So when I tell you this time I got you, and the next time I'm going to take care of you, you know I'm serious. But I respect you for bringing not just the good stuff you do in school, not just the good things you're doing on the field and in your respected area, but the bad things, because we have to address those. And I pray that people see this. It makes them uncomfortable, because people are going to say, oh, that's so sad. Bullcrap. Man, people know it's real. People know it's real. I told you, Amari, your mom's white, I'm black. I'm married to a white lady. We have biracial kids. People don't like that. But people going to find something not to like about you all the time. Let them talk. I told you before, when I went to the black school, I talked that acted white. When I went to the white school, they said I was too black. Hey, man, you got to own who you are. And owning who you are is not a nigger. You are Amari Houston. You are a strong man. You are. You're smart. You're handsome. You're strong. And don't ever let anyone deter you or stop you from thinking that. Because when you do, that means you allow your emotions to take in control. And that's when I messed up. That's when I got arrested. That's when I was fighting. That's when I started drinking. That's when I started smoking, because I started believing lies. Those are lies people tell you. Those are lies people tell you. What did you learn? What did you learn from yesterday?
To not let what people say get in my head and rile me up.
Do you think if situations were different, if you were at the mall with your friends, if you were somewhere else, do you think if that would have happened and you reacted, what do you think could have happened?
I could end up getting hurt.
Yeah. And so people said they appreciated your friend for jumping in. And I told you, as a leader, what he said that caused you to act out. And we mess up. It's going to happen. But he jumped in with you. Now, what happens if y'all at the mall or something by yourself, someone says that to you, and you lash out, and then it causes both of you to get hurt? You never live with yourself, man. Now, here's the flip side. If you don't say something to your group full of people, guess what they're going to call you? They're going to say you soft. They're going to say whatever. At the end of the day, who cares what they say? They ain't really your friends anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be in a spot where when people would come at me like that, I felt like I had to fight because I knew I wasn't afraid to fight. I knew I could fight. But if I didn't, I shrugged it off. They're like, oh man, you gonna let them take you? You punk, you soft. You gonna let them talk to you like that? Because at the end of the day, they not the ones fighting. They not the ones fighting. Always fighting. And I look around, when I was locked up, fighting, going to jail, guess what they was doing? Wasn't getting me bail money. Oh, Jerry, man, I appreciate that. None of them. I forgive them. Saying like, you gotta pick and choose your battles. You do. And you gotta know, man, that life is hard. Life is hard. Emotions are valid. They ain't always true. So you lashing out like that really could have caused something, because they were talking about 2-game suspension. They were talking all these things. Now, mind you, they said no. You know why they said it's all good? Wrong. They knew it was wrong. They did. They knew it was wrong. Now, I hate that when I drive through the area coming up here to see you, that I got to think this is a racist area, that I don't need to be here past dark, or the cops is going to follow me in a certain way. Man, I don't care about that no more, because I've had it my whole life. I've had it my whole life. No matter in what city I'm in or anything, bro, people going to look at you and they're going to judge you by what you look like. You know what I'm saying? They are. It's crazy, man. I just want to say I'm proud of you. I'm not mad. But I think people have to see this. I think people have to know that it's still real. And I don't want the, oh, I'm sorry, man, bull crap. Be the change. Because the kids that were saying that is because they're a product of their environment. Guess what? I bet their parents say it, don't they? I bet it's okay. Their coaches probably hear them say it. I bet their teachers probably hear them say it. And the people that stand up and say something against it are probably shunned. So that's why it's a good old boy system. They bring in everybody that agrees. And that's the problem. So when I ask you to fight back, I always tell you, man, respect your elders, but respect is earned, not given. I'll tell you respectfully, you can say something back to people. Respectfully, as long as you ain't yelling, screaming, cursing, you can ask a question. I challenge you, bro, at 13. And when you feel something wrong, you ask a question respectfully. If you'd have shook that coach's hand at the end of the game and say, hey, coach, man, I really appreciate the game, because they did. They beat the crap out of y'all. But do you think that was right?
No.
That's where you learn who people are. And that's why sometimes people are intimidated of that confidence. But you have been given that confidence to do that. You have been. Thank you for calling me. Heck, thank you for listening to me cry, because I was hurt, because it brought up everything. It brought up everything. It brought up in 6th grade at the dance where I was dancing with this girl, and she came back to me and was like, my mom said I can't dance with you. When I got outside, her mom confronted me. I never forget her name, Cynthia. And I was upset. And her mom said, she don't dance with your people. And I thought, my people? I mean, the first thing I thought was, well, you know, I'm wearing secondhand. I'm wearing hand-me-down clothes. I'm wearing Aunt Shay's shoes. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she meant broke people because we was broke, but she meant black people. I don't get it, but people are afraid of what they don't know. People are afraid of what they don't know because we hurt, we bleed just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has the same emotions. Everybody's born the same, and everybody goes to the next life. So I think it's the in between that we mess up. And what you got for me, man? I know you thinking. I know this camera thing scares you, but I just want people to know, man, like this is real life. Parenting from a distance, mentoring from a distance. But God, thank you. Thank you that you called me. Thank you that you aren't afraid to talk to me about crazy stuff. And I gotta listen. What you got for me, bro?
I'm gonna
What you want to leave them with? How did it make you feel? How did it make you feel?
like when they were saying it to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't make me feel any more or less. It just I don't know. Like I didn't know it was an adjective. I didn't know that. I just thought he was trying to make fun of me because my skin color, and I didn't like that. It made me angry, and I mean, it didn't make me feel no less. I'm proud of my color. It just made me mad.
And all those things are okay. All those things are okay. The emotion you have is real. And people will tell you that it's not. People are the ones that haven't probably been through it. They haven't, right? Is your mom wrong? No. I'm proud of you for fighting because it affected you, but physically you retaliated and got in trouble. So next time, laugh at them. So I always say, man, laugh at your struggles. You know what I'm saying? When I tore my shoulder up again and I was out, you was like, dang, Dad. You like, you hurt again? I was like, yeah, bro, I guess I gotta learn how to do a one-arm pull-up. You know what I'm saying? Like I can still beat you up one arm. You feel me? Like I'll still drive up there one hand and put this single hand on you. That's what you gotta figure out. You gotta figure out how to take what they saying and take it and turn it into fuel for you. Not to prove them wrong. And don't ever try to prove people wrong because it don't matter what they say because those people are gone just like that. And I used to try to prove people wrong my whole life. And you get to that point to where now it's just I'm trying to prove who God is and what he gave me. Like I know, bro. Like I know who I am. I'm starting to finally figure that out at this age. And I got a long way to go. Help you start to understand who you are and it forever changes. But to still hold on to what you believe and what you love, and that's it. Um, and I'm proud of you. That's a hard lesson. And I'll leave you with this. You're not a nigga. But I'm glad he showed who he was and who they showed who they were. Because some of those same people that's praying with you, some of those same people that's saying they cheerleading for you, are thinking the same thing. They just ain't gonna say it. So be wise. Be aware. Love everybody, no matter what. Love them. And I told you, the next time you play Bell County, you find that player and you go shake his hand before the game and you tell him you forgive him because that's not who we are. That's not who we are. We cannot, analogy, you know, I always got one for you. You gonna roll your eyes. Think of a bridge coming down, right? If you don't forgive him and you allow him to do that, you will never be able to cross that bridge. You will never be able to let that drawbridge down to get to the other side. And that's what I realize people want. They want you to keep your they want you to keep your bridge up so you can't get to really where your destination is across that other side. Go forgive him, you hear me? And next time we talk, man, take off that terrible blue and white shirt.
Right.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie, man. We're gonna go to some Kentucky games. Man, I can't wait to see you. I'm proud of you. I told you are a leader. Classroom, not just on the field, and life. So when all the noise gets going around you, quiet that noise. It was for you to shut those guys in on the bus and say, hey, man, at the end of the day, we all make mistakes. Keep it moving. Because you're not that. You're not what they called you. You're not. And people not going to like this. I don't care what people think. You my son. You my son. You my blood. You got my name. And if there's one thing that we stand on, it's forgiveness. No matter how hard it is to swallow. All right, bro. Leave us with something. What you got? One thing, dog, you always dropping bombs on me. Drop a bomb on me, man. Let me need something. Let me hear something.
Like about what? Like I don't.
Whatever, man. What you want to tell people. It's your time.
Learn how to control your emotions and don't let people get under your skin.
Houston, I'm proud of you and I love you, dog.
Love you too.
This time I got you. I'm always gonna ride with you. But next time I'm gonna take care of you. Don't ever let them, don't ever stop them. Don't ever allow them to control who you are and define you by one word, because you're way deeper. You're way deeper than anyone can ever imagine. I saw it from the first day I held you. I'm proud of you, man. I love you, son.
Love you.
Bye.